Hello everybody, in this video I have a scrapbook process to share with you. Again, I am using the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Coastal collection, and this is yet another layout with this collection that just sort of fell into place. You're probably getting annoyed with me saying that by now, but there is something about this collection that I just gel with. I don't know what it is. This layout took just over 40 minutes, something like that. Anyway, I started with a cut file. I just grabbed a paper from the collection that I didn't think I was going to use for a background or anything. It has, you can see it's got green on one side and tropical flowers on the other. So I cut this nautical floral rope ring wreath thing. I don't know what the cut file is or where it's from or anything. I've had it for a very, very long time. As you saw, I was playing around for ages trying to figure out where I was going to put the cut file and the photo, and it took me ages to kind of work it out, but then I realised if I slightly tuck the photo under a part of the cut file, that could work really, really nicely. But I wanted something in the background as well, so I'm just adding loads and loads of splatters of, this is Heidi Swap Colour Shine in the colour Butter. I think now most of you know that product is now discontinued, but you can still find it around sometimes on Amazon and stuff like that, but I won't be able to find a link for it. But anyways, I quite enjoyed using it as well because yellow is not one of my colours at all. I don't tend to gravitate towards the warmer colour spectrum, so it was kind of fun to use colours that aren't my usual thing. As you saw, I went back and forth with the cut file, checking like I needed more splatters here and more splatters there, because at first it looked like I'd done too many, but then they were completely covered up by the photo anyway. So I wanted to back my photo with the other side of the paper that I did with the cut file, but I didn't have any that was big enough to go around the whole photo, so instead I did just like 3 sides of it with that backing, distressed the edges, and then found loads of scraps. They're not actually from this collection, but I have them in the same box of this collection. Like, I keep them together because they're all kind of related nautical driftwoody sort of things. These pieces I'm using here are from one of those M&C boutique paper pads from the works, which I'm really, really obsessed with. They are such great little paper pads. But yeah, I just layered up some scraps of those, distressed the edges to go around the back, and then I cut out this 4x4 cut apart from the collection that says Living the Good Life. It has the tropical flowers on, so I thought that would go quite nicely for my title. But I wanted to back that with something as well, kind of to match the photo. So from that same driftwood paper pad, I pulled out this nice blue distressed colour, and I'm going to back it sort of in the same way that the photo is, in that the backing is kind of leaning towards the top right and just sticking out a little bit, and again distressing the edges of all of those. So as you may have noticed, I'm kind of going with a tropical kind of vibe for this layout, but the picture certainly wasn't taken anywhere tropical. It was taken in my hometown, like 10 minutes from my house on our harbour arm, but it was a really beautiful bright sunny day. You can't, apart from that bloke in the background who I am going to cover up with this little frame here, you can't really tell. It looks beautiful, blue seas and stuff, and we're enjoying some, I think we had cider and halloumi fries. Oh my goodness, halloumi fries. Great. Now I'm just going to think about halloumi fries all day. Anyways, I wanted to use one of the frames from this, the little chipboard frames from this collection, because if you see my other layouts with this collection, I am completely obsessed with those frames. I had this one which was like a double frame, and I'd used one half of it, and so I cut off that middle section and ripped some of the bottom, so it just kind of goes over 2 sides of the photo. But I really like the way that looks. It covers up that awkward man in the background for the most part and adds like a lot of depth and dimension and stuff. Yeah, I just really like the way that looks. And then I'm really just adding loads of ephemera from the 2 ephemera packs. I went first with, there's like the floral ephemera packs, which has all the hibiscus and palm leaves and pretty other tropical flowers, pineapples, that sort of thing. So I'm going to add a big cluster of those around the top left of that photo, going around the edges with Distress Oxide and Squeezed Lemonade to add that little yellow tint to everything, and sort of layering, it's really hot, I'm going to struggle with words today, layering them up over the top of each other and putting that frame. I added a little bit of the Squeezed Lemonade to the frame as well, and I really like the way that looked as well, just again adding that little yellow touch. I don't know, maybe it wasn't necessary, but I think I was getting very excited about being able to use yellow for once and enjoying using that colour. So yes, I had at the bottom of the photo there like a pineapple and another palm leaf, but those, it wasn't quite right. They looked too, I'm trying to think of, they look too bitty or something, and I needed more whole solid colour. That's kind of what I want to go, solid colour ephemera pieces. So I got a really big pink hibiscus flower, and then put a little mini palm tree underneath that. I had not actually at any point just stuck down the cut file in the photo, because I'd started doing it and I thought, if I try and stick them down all in one, then I'm going to want to like put ephemera pieces under certain things and layer them and stuff. So I'm actually kind of sticking it down as I go. So when I know I've got all the ephemera pieces down in one section that I want down, I'm then sticking down a bit of the cut file at that point and kind of doing it that way. I'm hoping it's going to last and that I've put enough glue on it. I think it should be okay. But yeah, here's me again just sticking down little bits of the cut file, but it does mean that everything is in the exact right place that I wanted it to be. Anyway, here is the other ephemera pack. I found a few phrases and bits and pieces that I wanted to use in here. That one says our paradise. I think I'm going to pick up another one that says something like island vibes, because I mean, we're nowhere near a tropical island, but there's still island vibes to it. What have I got here? A little pineapple with some flowers. I'm just going to tuck that into that little space there, because I was finding the little gaps there, just little white gaps, slightly awkward. The paper I'm doing this on, by the way, is the textured paper. It's not the American Craft stuff. It's a pad I bought from the range. It was a mix of cream and white textured 12 by 12 paper, so it's like the cheap version of the American Craft textured cardstock, but it's really good stuff. And then, oh, here's the little Island Vibes one I'm going to put down there. Next, I'm just going to bring up the sticker book and add just a few little bits and pieces there. Where, I don't know if you can see, it depends on the size of screen you're watching this on, but where I had stuck down that pineapple and flower ephemera, there was some very awkward gaps between that and the cut file. So I just used a couple of stickers to cover up those gaps. And then because I'd put one pineapple down and then a second, I was like, well, we need to balance this out with a third pineapple. So I just shoved one behind that little hibiscus there. And then I'm going to finish off with my Nouveau drops. The yellow one is dandelion yellow, I think, and I'm adding really big ones. And it's such a good colour match for the splatters I'd added in the background. So I was really happy with that. And then the other colour is, oh, Caribbean Ocean, I think, just to add that sort of blue and yellow tropical aesthetic and everything like that. And then I just go back and forth between the colours a couple of times, making sure they're like balanced and everything like that. And I think, because I'd already done splatters at the beginning, that is it. Oh no, I'm just going to very quickly just add the location and the date. Well, I put the year because I couldn't remember what month it happened in, but I remembered the year, so that's close enough. Anyways, there we go. There is that layout complete. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. I will leave links in the description box. I always get my Simple Stories products from the Organised Hedgehog, who I do PR for, so I do have to mark this video as an ad, but I have a discount code that you can use if you are interested. Plus, of course, links to other things I use, like the Nouveau drops and stuff like that. Anyways, I've been going on for too long. I'm going to shut up and go. Thank you so much again. Bye bye!